Thanks for tuning in. Back in the Netherlands, the brand Maggi makes a series of one-pot mixes that my family calls pannetje, little pan. The reason for that is because it's quick and easy to make and all you have to use is a single pot. My niece's favorite is one with string beans, ground beef and a peanut sauce, and that's what we'll be making today. Hi, I'm Tuan and welcome to my kitchen. If you're new to this channel, I focus on cooking foods from my home country, the Netherlands, and some of its former colonies such as Indonesia. Today's dish, pannetje, didn't exist when I lived in the Netherlands, but on one of our visits I tried it and really liked it and decided that I wanted to make my own version because those Maggi mixes don't exist or are not available in the United States. So join me, it's easy to make, it only uses one pot, assuming you have some peanut sauce in your fridge. Since you may not, we're going to actually start by making the peanut sauce. I often make Indonesian style peanut sauce like I did in the gado-gado and rempah goreng videos. I'll put links to those in the description below. However, since moving here, I have also fallen in love with Thai food and Thai peanut sauce. I was never able to make it myself at home, no matter how hard I tried, until I found the book Simple Thai Food by Lila Bunyaratappan. She has this recipe in it that is quick and easy and absolutely delicious. Over time, I've made a few tweaks to my liking, and that is what I'll be making for the pannetje dish today. I reached out to Lila and she graciously gave me permission to show my adaptation of her recipe in this video. I'll put a link to her book and her blog, She Simmers, in the description below. This isn't an ad. I have just absolutely loved every one of her recipes that I've tried. The ingredients you'll need for the peanut sauce are one 13.5 ounce can of whole fat coconut milk, none of this light stuff, that's 400 milliliters. 1 cup of smooth all natural peanut butter without any added sugar or salt, that is 250 grams. Half a cup or 125 milliliters of water. Half a cup or 100 grams of sugar. 2 tablespoons of white vinegar. 2 tablespoons of red curry paste. 2 tablespoons of massaman curry paste, and 2 teaspoons of salt. Let's go over to the stove and make the peanut sauce. In a heavy bottom saucepan, we are literally just going to add all the ingredients. Use a spatula to scrape out every last bit of the coconut milk. Add the sugar, the peanut butter, make sure it doesn't splash. Add the water, vinegar, salt, red curry paste, and massaman curry paste. I'm going to turn on the stove to a medium heat and we're going to constantly whisk this together until it comes to a gentle boil. At first it'll be kind of difficult to whisk the peanut butter through here, but as it starts warming up it gets softer and it will be easier and easier. This sauce will keep in the refrigerator in an airtight container for a week or so. And we've used it for all kinds of different things. I have made a patatje oorlog, which is French fries with frietsaus and peanut sauce. I've also used it with a grilled piece of chicken on a nice crusty roll and some added cilantro. Makes for a great sandwich, and used it as salad dressing as well. All the peanut butter has already melted, so now it's just a matter of it coming to a boil. We can see the little bubbles coming up around the edge. That's exactly where I want to be. So now I'm going to lower the heat and let it simmer for between 5 and 10 minutes. You do want to stir it with a wooden spoon and scrape off anything on the bottom because peanut butter and peanut sauce has a tendency to kind of get cakey on the bottom of the pan. So just use your spoon and every so often just kind of scrape off everything from all the edges in the bottom of the pan. We have been simmering this for 5 minutes. You can let it simmer longer if you want to, just again make sure that nothing cakes onto the bottom of the pan. I think it's good, so I'm going to turn off the flame and let it cool, and it is now ready to use in pannetje. If you're enjoying this video, please click the like and subscribe button. It will really help our channel. If you want YouTube to notify you whenever we post a new recipe, click the bell. The ingredients you will need for pannetje are 1 pound, approximately 450 grams of green beans. We're using haricot vert. A pound of ground beef, a third of a pound or 150 grams of chopped onion. I like my pieces a little bit larger, but that's really a personal preference. A third of a pound or 150 grams of red bell pepper. I really like red because it gives such a pop of color in the entire dish. 1 tablespoon of ketchup mayonnaise, 2 cloves of garlic grated on a microplane, 1 teaspoon of sambal oelek, and half a teaspoon of ginger powder. You will also need salt and pepper to season your meat, and about half a cup, 125 milliliters of the peanut sauce we made earlier in this video. The first thing we have to do is parboil our green beans, so I'm going to go over to the stove. I filled my wok with water and I'm bringing it to a boil. Now that the water is boiling, I'm going to add the green beans and we're going to cook them for approximately 8 minutes. I still like them to be al dente, and they're going to get stir-fried with the meat later, so you definitely don't want to overcook them. While the string beans were cooking, I filled a bowl with ice cold water, and I'm now going to take them out and shock them in the cold water before draining them, because I don't want them to continue cooking. I'm going to leave the green beans in the cold water for a little bit, then I will drain them in a colander and set them aside until we need them in the recipe. You do want to make sure that they are pretty dry when you add them back in. I've poured out the water and dried the pan. Going to add a tablespoon of oil. Let that heat up a little bit. I've let the oil heat up. I'm going to add my garlic. Stir fry that up. You don't want this to get brown because then it will get bitter. So now I'm going to add the ground beef and break it apart. I like to break the beef apart before seasoning it so that the seasoning kind of can get into more of the meat. Add the sambal, the ketchup, the ginger powder, some salt, and some freshly ground black pepper. Mix it through. I'm breaking it apart just like you would any other time that you are browning ground meat. Just pushing it to the side, and I'm going to add the bell pepper that I chopped in pieces, the same like I did for the onion. Add that as well, and continue cooking it all together. I really love the colors of the bell pepper through here, and once we add the green beans, we'll have just a fantastic visual as well as fantastic flavor. We're going to continue stirring this until the ground beef is fully cooked, and then we are going to add the green beans. I love how this smells, and we haven't even added the sauce yet. It's going to smell even better when we do that. The meat is fully cooked. The vegetables have softened just a little bit, but they still have a little bit of crunch. So now I'm going to add the green beans. I'm going to switch over to some tongs to make it easier to do this. You want to just cook this until the beans are heated through, and then we will add our sauce. If you don't have a really large pot like this wok, you can cut your green beans into smaller pieces, which will make combining it and folding it together a lot easier. Now I'm turning the heat down, and I'm going to add the peanut sauce. You want just enough peanut sauce to kind of coat all the ingredients, but if you are someone who really enjoys saucy meals, you can of course add more. If the sauce gets too thick while you're stirring it through, it's okay to add a little bit of water. This dish doesn't typically swim in sauce, so this is for me, just the right amount. You can serve some extra peanut sauce at the table for people who want to have more sauce. It looks like everything is coated nicely. I'm just going to scoop up. All right. It smells so good. I can smell the ginger and the garlic. Of course, I can smell the peanut sauce. Can't wait to try this. Eet smakelijk. I love this dish. There isn't just one dominant flavor. I can taste the green beans and the onions, the pepper, the seasoned ground beef, and then that delicious peanut sauce just brings it all together. It is a great complement to all the ingredients that go into this dish. So typically this is served with potatoes, either mashed potatoes or something that we call krieltjes, which are tiny little potatoes that are parboiled and then fried in a frying pan. I can't find those kind of potatoes here in the United States. You can also eat it with white rice or even on a nice thick piece of toast. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like and subscribe button and don't forget to share it with your friends. If you have any questions at all, please leave them in the comments below. I will post the written recipe on my website, twanskitchen.com, and you can find me on social media as well. If you do make this recipe, I would love it if you take a picture of it and post it on Instagram with the hashtag TwansKitchen. I will feature it in my story and on my website. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.